Hello, I'm Eugenie Wolf, a learning designer at KUS. In this video, I'll discuss the nested approach to curriculum design. We'll start this video with three fictional characters, Michisi, Elise, and Amar. They have all enrolled in three different learning programs within family ecology and consumer sciences. Chisi is going to do a Bachelor of Consumer Sciences in Food Production Management, while Elise will complete a diploma in food preparation and culinary arts. Finally, Amar will do a higher certificate in pastry and bakery. If all three programs belong to the same discipline, what makes them unique and why would students have a preference for any? Well, the stories of these three students may hold some clues. In terms of past education, Chisi did very well in secondary school, obtaining a national senior certificate granting access to bachelor studies with university endorsement. Elise, on the other hand, obtained her national senior certificate granting access to diploma studies without endorsement, while Amar obtained a national certificate vocational at NQF Level 4 without endorsement. Looking at their future planning, Chisi wants to do a bachelor's degree because she wants a well-rounded, broad knowledge base on principles, theory, and methodology. She is thinking of becoming a manager, director, or even an academic one day, and therefore she knows she will need to learn how to demonstrate initiative and responsibility in academic and professional contexts. She also wants to do her master's in the near future, so she needs some research background. The 4-year bachelor's degree, which exits on NQF Level 8, is perfect for her. Elise, on the other hand, wants to become a professional chef. She knows she needs a vocational qualification with a sound understanding of general theoretical principles and procedures, which is as focused on knowledge as it is skills. She wants more depth and specialization in her practical skill and therefore requires a program with a lot of work integrated learning. Thus, the 360 credit NQF Exit Level 6 diploma is best suited to her career path. Finally, Amar would like to work in his family-owned bakery. His dad is getting older and Amar would like to start working as soon as possible. He requires basic introductory knowledge and skills so that he can be ready to apply his competencies in his chosen occupation, fulfilling his role in the workplace. He knows the higher certificate will serve him well as it includes a large work integrated learning component. This 120 credit NQF Exit Level 5 program will have him baking in no time. As could be seen in these scenarios, students are diverse and therefore require a diverse higher education qualification framework. As curriculum designers, we need to know the difference between the 11 qualification types found in the higher education qualification sub-framework. We also need to know the rules of each qualification, such as the minimum entry requirements, the number of credits required, and whether there's a minimum amount of research credits which must be incorporated. The nested approach to curriculum design holds the answers to our questions. Understanding the nested approach to curriculum design will assist you in making more informed decisions related to qualification types. The nested approach assists curriculum designers to maintain the minimum standards of the Council on Higher Education and DET. Adhering to the nested approach assists us in designing from generic, that's the outermost layer, to specific, the innermost program level outcomes. At the outermost layer are the level descriptors, which provide generic standards for qualifications in terms of predictable levels of complexity of knowledge and skills at each level. At the second layer, we find qualification types, such as a certificate, a diploma, or a degree that are pegged to specific NQF levels. A qualification descriptor specifies the exit level, its minimum credit rating, and overall purpose of the qualification type. The third layer is the qualification designator. Designators only apply to degrees, not certificates and diplomas. A degree designator describes a generic field of study. Example, a Bachelor of Science, denoted by OV. The fourth layer is the qualifier, which specifies the qualification specialization. It's denoted by IN. Example, a BSc in Geology. The fifth layer comprises of program and module-specific systems. That's classification of educational subject matter. which determine the HEMIS funding for a program and its modules. SESAMs guide the curriculum designer in constructively aligning the content of a module and program. Finally, the most specific level is the actual program outcomes, which are uniquely contextualized to the university and its students where the qualification will be offered. The outermost layer are the level descriptors, which provide generic standards for qualifications on the HEQSF in terms of predictable levels of complexity of knowledge and skills at each NQF level. 10 categories are used in the level descriptors to describe applied competencies. That's scope of knowledge, knowledge literacy, method and procedure, problem solving, ethics and professional practice, accessing, processing and managing information, producing and communicating of information, context and systems, management of learning, and accountability. These elements need to be evident in the exit level outcomes. If you have a look at the SAQA level descriptors document, on page 8 you will see the NQF level 5 descriptors. Compare the level descriptors to page 10 for the NQF level 8. You will note that level descriptors are cumulative. That is, there's progression in the competencies from one level to the next. Each statement unpacks the scope, that is, the depth and breadth of learning of a category. Level descriptors are designed to act as a starting point for writing learning outcomes and associated assessment criteria, thus for pegging a qualification at an appropriate level of the NQF. If you have a look at the blue text, you will note that it highlights words which speak of the depth of knowledge and skills that an NQF level 5 student must have, thus an informed understanding of knowledge or the ability to select and apply methods. The red text speaks to the breadth of knowledge, thus core areas, key terms, and working in well-defined, familiar environments. The depth of knowledge and skills that an NQF Level 8 student requires progresses from an informed understanding of knowledge to being able to engage with it. Instead of only being aware of how knowledge systems develop, the student must now interrogate multiple sources of knowledge and evaluate them. When we look at the breadth of knowledge, the NQF Level 8 student must now function at the forefront of the field in areas of specialization and unfamiliar, complex, or abstract contexts, while the NQF Level 5 student had well-defined, familiar environments. Please take the time to familiarize yourself with the SAQA level descriptors appropriate to your program to ensure that all program elements are pitched at the correct NQF level. Also note that DHET prescribes a minimum number of credits on the exit level of a program. Let's take a bachelor's degree as an example. If a student is completing a 4-year bachelor's degree, a minimum of 120 credits need to be on NQF Level 8. That means 120 credits could be taken in Year 1 on Level 5, 120 credits in Year 2 on Level 6, and 120 credits in Year 3 on Level 7. Now for the next 3 layers, which are addressed in the HEQSF document. First, we need to be knowledgeable about the qualification types, such as a certificate, diploma, or degree, which may be general academic or professional in orientation. We also need to be aware of the accompanying qualification descriptors, which specify the naming conventions, exit level, minimum credits, admission requirements, and purpose of the qualification. Second, the qualification designator specifies the generic field of study. An example would be a Bachelor of Science, a Bachelor of Education, or a Bachelor of Arts. Remember, it's denoted by "of." Such designators apply only to degrees and not to certificates or diplomas. Third, the qualifier specifies the qualification specialization. It's denoted by "in." Example, a BSc in Geology, or a PGDip in Health Sciences, or a PGDip in Public Management. Let's do a comparison of the PGDip and Honours degree, which are both 120 credit NQF Level 7 qualifications. The PGDip has no designator, but may have 2 qualifiers, such as a postgraduate diploma in organizational and management systems. Note how the title is abbreviated. It's important to use abbreviations consistently in all documentation. Unique characteristics of a PGDIP are that it is multi or interdisciplinary in nature. It is intended for working professionals to enable them to develop advanced knowledge and skills in an area of specialization in order to undertake highly skilled work. Note that a sustained research project is not required. The honours degree, on the other hand, has a designator such as the Bachelor of Arts Honours, but may have only one qualifier, such as a Bachelor of Science Honours in Microbiology. Again, note how the title is abbreviated. It's important that we use abbreviations consistently in all documentation. Unique characteristics of a Bachelor Honours degree are that it focuses on one particular discipline. It typically follows a bachelor's degree to prepare students for research-based postgraduate study and to deepen a student's expertise in a discipline. Note that a sustained research project of at least 30 credits is required. Finally, we will have a look at the SESMs. What's important to note is that the Department of Education is responsible for the Higher Education Management Information System, or HEMIS, which plays a central role in the collection and production of data required for quality assurance, national and institutional higher education planning, and the allocation of government funds. To fulfill its responsibilities, HEMIS requires institutions to submit annual data returns on their approved qualifications and fields of study. That's why we need to design with SESMs in mind. When we do our module mapping, we will assign a SESM to each module. It's important to note that 50% of modules must fall under the second order SESM assigned to the program as a whole. Also, you may not use the third order 99 other, as we will receive no funding. There are 20 subject matter categories in total. This table displays the first order codes for each of the 20 categories. With each order, the description becomes more specialized. From page 39 onwards, in the Department of Education SESM document of 2008, you will find the definitions for all of the third order codes. Please note that in January 2015, the SESMs for Education and Development Studies were revised. Kindly scroll to the bottom of the document for the addendum. When conducting a search, I recommend using the Find function to search for key terms in your program or module title. Again, remember to avoid third order 99 other. If you have any queries about the content discussed in this video, don't hesitate to reach out to your dedicated KUS learning designer.